Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a look at my K&N filter, because you know what? You hear all sorts of talk about K&N filters will destroy your engine, they'll let dust through and so forth. I don't believe that. Especially the K&N filter made for this bike, the CRF 250L. They make this filter for this bike according to their off-road specs, not the road bike specs. So I believe because of that it performs well. But I've had this filter in here now for 19,000 kilometers, and I have not taken it out to have a look. So let's do that. You know, the K&N advice on maintaining this filter, they're very explicit, and they say do not clean the filter unless it is clogged to the point where you can't see the wires on the surface of the filter on the intake side. So we'll see what it's like. We'll take it out, we'll look at that, and we'll look at the backside as well, the engine side, and we'll look into the air channel through to the throttle body. Notice, I want to make sure I have my camera pointed correctly. Notice it says, stop, do not discard washable air filter. The use of K&N filter will not violate your vehicle's warranty. And it gives a phone number and a web address. How about that? Okay. Hopefully I'm pointing the camera correct. So let's take it out. Okay, let's get this into the light. Let's look at the back side. Can you see that? I hope you can. Hold it further away just in case. Up close. Anyway, clearly the wires are not covered with crud. On the back side, now that looks perfectly clean to me. And again, I hope that I'm aiming the camera in the right direction. Can you see? I don't see any trace of contamination on the engine side of that filter. Now, we'll have a look in here. Let's maybe get a flashlight. If you can see it, you're very fortunate, and I'm lucking out here. But I can tell you that, okay, let's get a clean finger. And I've just wiped my finger on all sides of that passage to the throttle body, and you can see there is nothing there. So there is absolutely no evidence of anything bypassing this filter. So I'm going to put it back in, but I'm going to get a little bit of grease here. Okay. A little bit of grease. So I don't know about you folks, but to me, that tells me that after 19,000 kilometers, this filter is not allowing crap through into the engine like so many people tell you that it is. You know, I think people latch on to what the first person says, and then they pass it on, and it then sounds like it's gospel, but it ain't. And again, just putting a little bit of grease, not much, just a touch on the mating surface. Just checking to make sure I haven't got any contamination in here from handling it. Looks good. And the other thing I notice about the K&N filter is it fits perfectly. When you snap it in there, it's a nice tight fit and it just snaps in very securely. And I found that it does that even better than the stock filter for this bike. The stock filter sometimes snapped in so that you didn't get that nice positive lock, that click. So there you go. That's, I hope, maybe helps some people when they are deciding what aftermarket filter to use on this particular bike, the CRF 250L. I have tried the stock filter. A stock filter works wonderfully. It's an oiled paper element is what it is. And when you clip the backfire screen off, it's nice and open. It performs well with modifications on the exhaust and the fuel controller. But the trouble is, it's expensive. Whereas this, you know, it may cost you whatever it does in your area to get it. But you don't have to replace it, and very little maintenance on it. As you can see, at 19,000 kilometers, a combination of road and off-road, and I'm still not at the point where I need to even be thinking about cleaning it. And it's still performing good. So we'll pop it back together here and put that subject to bed, as far as I'm concerned. Quite happy with the K&N filter on this bike. So there it is, folks. Take it for whatever you think it's worth. But in my estimation, that tells me that that filter is doing its job, as K&N says it does. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and hey, if you've got any comments or experiences with the K&N on your CRF 250L, let me know down in the comments. Catch you on another one.